Middleweight bout between Marvin Vettori, minus 275 for Vettori. Roman Dolidze sitting at plus 275.
Oh,
Over
that's a good one.
under 2.5 rounds, minus 188 for the over, plus 188 for the under. Marvin Vettori carrying that over as well. So a couple fighters carrying the overs. Three straight dog cashes for the boy Roman Dolidze, and they're still throwing him under at plus 275. Dang, that's really tempting. What do you think?
It is tempting, but at the same time, I feel like in some of Roman's wins, even in a lot of his fights, like as the fight goes on, he starts to get a little like tired. It seems like almost. It's like he has enough to stay in the fight and do what he needs to do. But against Vettori, Vettori is going to have 3 rounds of whatever he wants to do. I mean, Vettori is just like this super human when it comes to his chin and his cardio. It's like he doesn't get tired, he doesn't get rocked. It's weird. And if this fight goes to the ground, I think it's going to be on Vettori's watch. I don't think Roman is like doesn't have any like amazing offensive wrestling by any means. Obviously, that submission game is real, and the submission threat's really something to watch if it does hit the mat. But Vettori's so strong, and he's got such a solid base that I don't see Roman just going out there and taking him to the ground. Now, Roman does have good striking as well, and he's proved that it's gotten better over time, and he can be dangerous. But man, I just don't want to bet against him because, like you said, man, the last 3 fights he's been a big underdog and he's cashed in every single one. But at the same time, I feel like Marvin Vettori is going to be a harder fight than a Jack Hermanson. Vettori, it's another fight. I wish Vettori had knockout power because I could see him doing a lot better in this fight. But he's another guy that just kind of throws a bunch of volume at you, is fairly accurate, and he's not going to knock you out. He's not going to get knocked out. If he beats you, it's probably going to be by decision. I do love, man, Roman Dolidze. I was at that fight against Hermanson too in Orlando, and that calf slicer was ridiculous the way he wrapped that up. So he's super talented on the ground. He seems to shock us every time out when he fights. Hate betting against him. Probably won't bet against him. I'm not sure if I'll bet on him either. But for the pick, I'm going to say Vettori, man, by decision. I think he's just going to – this will be on the feet, and Vettori will land more. Maybe he won't look as good because he doesn't have the big power. But I do think it will stay on the feet for the most part, and Vettori will just outpoint him.
God damn, this is tough.
I know. It's a tough one, though. I'll be rooting for Roman Dolidze, though, because I like him. I think he's cool.
Yeah, I like him, too.
I love the energy. I love some of the finishes he has, especially the calf slicer. That's awesome. But, yeah. Maybe did he even finish that with the calf slicer, or did he just get locked up in that and then choke?
He had the leg in the calf slicer, then he just ground and pounded him because he.
Okay, that's right. Yeah. But Hermanson was like, in agony from that calf slicer. You could see it on his face.
Terrible.
But yeah, super impressive nonetheless.
Yeah, for Vettori, his only losses since 2018 are to Israel Adesanya and Robert Whittaker. So that's tough to knock him for anything like that. That performance against Whittaker his last time out didn't look good. Let's just say that. But Whittaker looked like he was on another level with the feet. Dolidze, man, it's so hard to get a grasp on how good this guy is because he comes back after a year off from a decision win against Laureano Staropoli, who's not in the UFC anymore. Before that, he lost to Trevin Giles via decision at the beginning of 2021. Comes back in 2022, June of 2022, knocks out Kyle Dawkins in the first round with that knee to the face, which just shattered his face. And then 4 months later, destroys Phil Hawes' knee and then knocks him out because I don't know who the ref was in that one. Mergliata didn't want to stop it, and Hawes wasn't gonna quit. So really should have got the submission win there, but gets the knockout because he had no leg, and then should have got another submission win against Jack Hermanson, but gets the knockout win because he ground and pounded him. So this guy's got a mean ground game, and what is interesting about him, he just, if guys want to take him down, he'll just go there. He has 33% takedown defense. So if you want to take him down, go ahead. Like he's fine with that. in those 2 fights between Hawes and Hermanson, he's got 4 sub attempts. Like, that's a lot of sub attempts. He averages 2 per fight. That's pretty nuts. This guy's a beast on the ground, ADCC champ. And then on the feet, I mean, he's a violent dude, and it looks like he's been training at in Thailand, so getting everything sharpened up there. And if I'm not mistaken, Vettori has moved to Extreme Couture, and is training there. So that's where Dolidze normally is. So kind of a weird scenario there, where Dolidze was at Extreme Couture in Las Vegas, training with Eric Nixick, and then for this camp goes over to Thailand with Vettori is then at Extreme Couture. So kind of weird, So maybe they got the in for Vettori or what? Because Nixick still commented on Dolidze's Instagram from a week ago. So I'm trying to get a grasp. I'm like, maybe I'm just reading into it. Like, what's the point of this right now for both of these fighters? Like, where do they stand with their camps and everything? Because that does play a factor. It does play a big factor. You know, if you got information on one guy, like how to beat him, see him every day. But man, these odds, I can't get behind Vettori. Dolidze's cashed 3 straight times as a dog. These 3-0 as a dog. I mean, Vettori's never been finished. He's literally just made out of complete steel. So I don't think he's gonna knock him out. But honestly, I think the way to attack this would maybe be like Dolidze by finish only, if you can get that for something, because I don't if it's decision. I don't know that Vettori loses a decision, because I can see Dolidze getting out volumed on the feet. He doesn't really throw a ton on the feet. If you look at the stats, Vettori should pretty much double him up. And if he gets takedowns, Roman Dolidze is fine with getting taken down. So if he's just going to score takedowns on him and not get submitted, then he probably wins a decision. Well, if this ends within the distance, I don't think Vettori's going to get a finish. I mean, it's not really a potent finisher. So if that's probably a route that I'll look to go down in this one. But betting wise, I don't like Vettori at that price. For the pick, I'll take Dolidze. I'll be that guy. Maybe I'm just a lover of Dolidze, but I like him.
And maybe Dolidze went to Thailand for a little PED use.
That's true.
It seems like that's the move.
It is the way to go. And it seems like he can get away with it there. So.
Seems like a guy that would love PEDs.
Shaping up the striking and shaping up the figure.
He's pretty ripped dude. I don't know. Maybe he's on him.
Yeah, he's got to shave his chest though.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he's got it.
He's hiding it.
Muscles. Yep. Yeah. There you go.